Hey guys, so today I'm gonna do something regarding my avocados that seem to not be doing well in my soil. I did a video about it earlier, and I got some suggestions. What I was gonna do is I was gonna go ahead and just play it out, water them, and if they make it, they make it. If they don't, well, like I said, the next time I'm gonna plant them in mounds. But as you can see, the fuerte, you know, has signs of being in distress. I showed you earlier how hard this soil is, and of course the one that looks really bad. Look how stunted this Carmen Hass is. It's lost about everything, and it continues to deteriorate. So, and I actually have pictures of when I got these from Stark Bros, and if you look at them, yes, definitely. These were planted, I think, like in February of this past year, and they're just not making it, especially this one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take the advice of somebody that posted on that video that I showed you on the thumbnail. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just take this out, and I'm gonna eventually repot it the way I'm gonna repot, or not repot, the way I'm gonna pot those new ones. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in soil, in a pot, and see if I can, revive it. I've never excavated one and repotted one that they've been in the ground. I'm gonna do this one first, the Carmen Hass. And so I've never done it. I know that it's going to be tricky to make sure that I don't tear off the roots. And then I'm going to just pot it in soil, and then I'm going to see if I can bring it back. But I mean, come on guys, look at this. It's just dying a slow death. So I'll do this one first. I think I need to go get some more soil, and then I'll do the fuerte. And then what I'll do is, if they do survive, I mean, I don't know, this might kill them as well. You know what I'm about to do. But they are dying a slow death here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take them out, pot them up, and then I'm going to, amend the soil the way I told you I was going to amend for these other ones, these other new ones. I'm gonna try to find decomposed granite. If I can't, I'll just get sand, the kind that's treated and doesn't have any salt or anything on it or anything that's bad for it. I'll use some peat moss and some perlite, and I'm gonna do a mound. Somebody said that I should do a 2-foot mound. I'm also gonna actually maybe take about half a foot of some of this soil, dig a hole, and mix that soil with that decomposed granite, and so it can have kind of like a transition phase from the mound to the actual clay, further down. So that's what we're gonna do. Again, I don't know if it's gonna end up killing the Carmen Hass, but regardless, it looks like it's in dire straits right now. So let's go ahead and do that, guys. I don't know if I should water here first, just to kind of loosen up the soil. I might do that, just a light watering, and then get the soil ready, and then dig it out later on tonight, and go ahead and take it out and put it in a pot. All right, guys. So that's what we're doing. And hopefully we can rescue Carmen. Okay guys, so I took off the, I did water here a little bit just to kind of get it a little bit moist. I took off the little barrier that I made, and this is what it looks like. So this part of the tree still looks okay, as far as like this shoot right here. Up here, of course, it looks like it might be starting to die out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just dig this out, and I'm going to put it in some super soil. I'll show you a little bit more about that later on, but we're going to go ahead and do that. And I don't know if it's going to survive this or not, but we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. But if you saw that picture of when I got this compared to now, I mean, it was so much taller, lusher. And this, you can even see here, kind of like my Granny Smith. I mean, if you look here, the ground kind of depends down. It kind of goes down. It's kind of like a concave shape. So the water just kind of pools down. Now I have watered, and the water does seem to seep into the ground pretty quickly. But you know, I think, like I said, we're gonna do with the mounds now. And so before this one completely perishes, I'm gonna go ahead and take it out, and then in a few days I'll try to do this one as well, the fuerte. So okay, let me start digging, and I hope I don't kill it on the way out. All right, guys, hold on. Okay, guys, let's take a look at this. Now, here, the soil doesn't look too bad. Like, if you look here, it seems soft enough, but maybe it is kind of compact. So these are the roots. The roots, I guess, look okay as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pull this guy out. I'm not gonna take off all the soil. I'm gonna leave some of the soil, just so that it's not such a harsh transition to the super soil that I have. If you want to know, the super soil is basically it's kind of a hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so the super soil that I'm using is a sandy loam soil. It has some cocoa fiber, the cocoa coir. It's got the sandy loam soil, and it's got some rice hulls and some biochar. That's where we're gonna put it. That's where my mangoes are in, my citrus, and my persimmon. And if you recall, those are doing very, very well. So let me go ahead and pull this out, and let's see if I can make sure that the root system stays okay. But even if the root system looks good and this soil looks good here, I mean, look at the top of the tree, guys. I had to do something. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll show you the progress. Okay, guys, so I went ahead and I removed as much of the dirt that I could, and here you go. This is the tree. I'll show you the soil a little later. It is wet because I watered just to kind of loosen things up. You can see that there's very little of the original potting mix in there. I did clear it off as much as I could when I put it in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this. The roots look decent. I'm gonna just kind of clear this up a little bit more, and then I'm gonna put it into this little pot here. It's kind of like, it looks like a tall 5, or I could put it into maybe something like this. This is a according, if you saw my videos, this is supposedly a 7. Yeah, I think I'll put it in the 7. I'll put it in the 7. Right now this has some of the dirt. So I'll go ahead and start that process. And this is the super soil, by the way. Again, it's got the dust particles, which is the sandy loam. It's got the rice hulls, and it's got the cocoa coir, and it's got some biochar as well. So I'm gonna put it into this, and we'll see. Bring it over here. And if you're questioning, like, okay, Have you used this soil before? Yeah, how about these figs? These figs look lush enough for you. Got some super soil, and so the figs are in there. And I also have these mangoes. By the way, these mangoes are really doing well. I got some super soil in here, and I have actually some rice hulls just separate that I bought to kind of use as mulch for this pot. So that has super soil as well. And then of course my persimmon is in 100% super soil with a little bit of rice hulls added to the top, and I think you can't argue with that. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use, this is a 10 here, and this is a 7. As you saw in my other video, it's kind of like almost no difference. But let's go ahead and put that Carmen into the 7. Yeah, I think this 7 is gonna be perfect for this tree. It's gonna go right there. I need to get some more soil. I'll probably go next week because I do want to up pot my mangoes and some citrus. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of like work this around, strain it to where it's nice, and then I'm gonna put this like right here, and then I'll fill up the super soil. And yeah, I think these 7s are perfect, so I'll show you what that looks like, and then we'll monitor the Carmen Hass and we'll see how it goes this week. All right guys, one more. Okay guys, so here we go. There it is. Carmen Hass is in a pot. It was once right here. So this is an attempt to save it, and we're gonna go ahead and now there's the super soil. Gonna go ahead and just water this guy or this lady. Sorry, Carmen. So we're gonna just monitor, see how it goes. I'm gonna have to go to US Citrus to the Mercado McCown. I need to get some more soil. By the way, 1 bag of this soil pretty much fills up a 10-gallon pot that I have all the way to the top, without the tree obviously. So it fills up a whole 10-gallon pot. So we're gonna go ahead and water that. And what we have here is where Carmen used to be. I hope all those roots that were left doesn't lead to the demise of the Carmen. So let's take a look here at the soil, guys. So this is the soil. You have clay soil, you have I believe this used to be an orchard, this whole area, an orange for oranges. So I mean, the top part is still wet, but I don't know. I mean, is it clay, hard clay? Or have I just kind of, maybe I have to wait till it dries a bit, but, I don't know. I know when I buried my dog, Anakin, once I got to a couple of feet, yeah, I had to use a pickaxe. So yeah, I mean, regardless of what I have here, I know when I also put the pomegranate in, I mean, it was pretty hard as well. I guess it just varies on where you put the tree. It can vary, but anyway, so this soil seems to be soft enough to accommodate a tree. I don't know if maybe when it's dry, completely dry, if it just kind of turns super hard. But regardless, you know, what I used to decide whether to do this, to take this out, was because of the way the tree was looking. And so we're just gonna go with this. We're gonna see if it's able to bounce back on the pot, and I will amend this soil. I will amend it, and I'll do it for the Fuerte as well. And the Fuerte is not as bad, but if you look here in the extremities, you do kind of see that, and you also actually kind of still see it on my utuado. I don't know, this area might be the same, but look right there. So I might do that with the utuado as well. The lula is not as bad. Hey, look at that, look at that. So we do have some kind of leaves that are not very springy there. They're kind of just drooping. So anyway, that's what we did today, guys, and I don't know if it was wise or not, but regardless, if the Carmen does die, I will buy another one, and I will plant it in the same place, but I will amend the soil. I'm gonna give it a week to see how it's doing before I decide to take out the Fuerte. So I'll be going to get some soil here pretty soon, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the Fuerte if it looks pretty bad, and especially if the Carmen does well, I'll do that. Then I'll buy some soil, and also I'm gonna pot my my mangoes. I'm gonna pot my citrus, which is right there. And then when the figs lose all their leaves, when they go dormant, I'm gonna pot those as well to super soil. But I'm gonna wait probably till like January or something, or whenever they lose their leaves. And then, like I said, my new trees, look at this pretty growth right there. I'm gonna just go straight to putting these in mounds. These three are gonna go in mounds. I have a reed, a Hass, and a bacon, and they're gonna go into the ground hopefully in November. And I gotta get, like I said, some decomposed granite or sand, some more peat moss, and some perlite. And all right, guys, I appreciate you watching this video. We'll see how Carmen does. I'll keep you guys posted, and thanks for all the advice I'm getting. And we'll see how things go. All right, guys. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.